Hello, hello. Ellie Shostak here. Hope you are doing well. So excited to be doing a live training today on how to make better dating decisions. So, for those of you who do not know me, I work with singles, older singles, people who are divorced, with kids, without kids, looking to get into and maintain healthy relationships. And one of the things that I discuss is the concept of mind frame and then the three stages of dating. So if you look at this sheet right over here, this is pretty cool. This is actually pretty far, but now it's pretty close. Far, close. So this says get into healthy relationships. So the four things that I talk about in the Find the Right One coaching program, I talk about many more things as well, but is number one, having the mind frame, the healthy mind frame in order to get into that relationship. Well, in order to get into it, you have to prospect from a healthy perspective. And then once you're prospecting people from a healthy perspective, then you begin dating them from a healthy perspective. And once you date them from a healthy perspective, then we get into the keeping. Okay, now this is not the ownership type of keeping because that's sick and archaic, but what I mean is maintaining that relationship in a healthy fashion. So one of the things that my clients struggle with, which is very normal, and I struggled with this immensely when I was single as well, is how to make good decisions when it comes to dating. Should I go out with this person? That would be the prospecting phase. And should I continue dating this person? That would be this phase. And should I continue being in this relationship? That would be this phase right over here. So what you want to do in general before you make a decision like this is take a little bit of a step back. Because when you are in that situation, you tend to get emotional, and that's very, very normal, right? Because when you are prospecting or dating or actually in a relationship, your feelings come to the surface, and many of the buttons that might have been pushed in your life by previous dates and relationships will get pushed again in the situations that you're in. So it could be that you're taking this decision and looking at it from a very anxious perspective, and we don't want to be anxious when we're making our decisions. We want to have a little bit of room to breathe, right? And we're going to talk about that from the helicopter perspective in a minute. So the first thing that we want to discuss in terms of how to make better dating decisions is a mind frame, a perspective that is called long-term and short-term thinking, right? So let me give you this example. In the short term, eating salads or eating a slice of pizza for me, short term, salads might not be that tasty and they might suck when I eat it. So short term, I might find it to be not that tasty, short term. Long term, if I'm eating salads consistently, in the long term, I'm going to be healthier and I'm going to have healthier chemistry going on in my body if I decide to eat the salad right now. So by eating the salad right now, in the short term, might not be that much fun for me, but in the long term, it's going to help me out from a healthier perspective. Eating the slice of pizza in the short term for me, because that's like my addiction, I love pizza, is going to be really fun for me and I love it. In the long term, I know that it's going to lead to unhealth for me, added weight, and I'm not going to feel good about myself. And in fact, I'll just open up to you because I love opening up to my community and complete strangers. That's something that I need to work on right now because over this past summer, I've put on some pounds from eating a lot of pizza and food that was not the healthiest for me. So now what I need to do is I need to go to this long-term and short-term thinking and say, okay, I did a lot of short-term in the moment thinking and saying to myself, yeah, well, forget it. I'll watch myself next week. I'll watch myself next week, when really that's not really healthy for me. And in the end, I look back and I'm like, all those short-term decisions led me to this unwanted weight. And now I have to look at the long-term, which is, do I want to die early? No, I don't. I'd like to be around there for my partner and my family. So if I look at that, I say, okay, I'll drink more water, I'll eat healthier in the short term, so that long term, even though short term might be annoying, long term is going to be better. How does this relate to dating, the short term and long term thinking? So let's go through the example of, should I go out with this person? So you have, let's say you're prospecting and you have two people that you can choose from in terms of going out with. One you're majorly attracted to, but they're unemployed. And one you're attracted to, but they have, it seems like, a job that is not that sexy to you, or it doesn't really do it for you. But it's not that you're not attracted. It's just that on paper, when you're looking at the two people, or on the pictures or online, when you're looking at these two prospects, you say, oh my gosh, that person's so attractive, but like they've been out of a job for like the past 2-3 years, right? So short-term thinking is go out with the attractive person that you're very attracted to, right? Long-term thinking would say that, yeah, so what happens? You go out with the attractive person and the chemistry is there. And now if you are wealthy independently and that being out of a job or unemployed or really not having any goals doesn't mean anything to you, then great. Then long-term, this would work out for you as well. But if you do want to see someone who has goals and who is employable, and then short-term, you might have fun with this person, but long-term, you know it's not going to work out. So what you can do with the long-term, short-term thinking is very quickly say next and move on to the other option, which would be more helpful to you in the long term. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to work out with that person, but you're putting yourself in a better opportunity for success with that person, okay? Let's do long-term, short-term for, should I continue dating this person? So now you are in this first 2-3 dates with this person, and your gut is telling you that even though I'm attracted to them and there's chemistry, I know this is not going to work. So short term, fun. Long term, now this thing like progresses and it starts to go on and on for a month, 2 months, and then your feelings go and your mind starts to play with all of these different thoughts of, well, maybe it really could work and I don't know, and then either you break it off or the other person breaks it off, you're not sure, and this is how you get into unhealthy thinking and unhealthy dating. Because in the short term, you just wanted to be with someone and it feels good, but in your gut, you knew it's not going to work. So again, if you're willing to go through the hardships and annoyances of dealing with that, go for it. But if you want to make a better decision when it comes to your dating life, then you would nip it in the bud quicker, right? And that's why I wrote the words down over here, Band-Aid, right? So even though it might be annoying for you, you want to like rip it off quickly, right? And make that decision quicker. So even though in the short term it might be fun, long term it's not going to be good for you, right? Similarly, let's talk from a positive perspective of, and we'll go on to the next question. Should I continue being in this relationship? Well, if you know that long term, this is something that you really want and you feel great about it, but short term, there are some difficulties going on where the person, maybe they got laid off while you were dating them. That happened to me and my wife, who I've been with. We're in our 18th year, who I love tremendously. She rocks. She is an incredibly confident individual. And many of the skills that I teach to my clients in the Find the Right One coaching program, and the ones that you're learning right now, are skills and decision making that we implement in our marriage, and that I'm able to see clients gain the same success in their relationships. So it really works in tandem. So when we were dating and we had this incredible connection, she got laid off from her job. I think, I don't remember, must have been like, right. And again, if I'm like, very focused and I had in my brain, oh, well, what does that mean? Then I would say, well, maybe there's difficulties here. But in the end, long-term thinking, I knew that this relationship would be good because of many variables, and I didn't even think about that. And in the end, she wound up to be an incredibly successful individual in her own right when it comes to her career. So again, short term, I might have looked at it and said, no, I can't deal with this. But I looked in the long-term thinking at that point, and look where it got me, that I can be making videos for you right now in this training, right? So that is a very helpful mindset that you want to put into place when it comes to your dating decisions, is long-term and short-term thinking. Usually in the short term, you're going to have to make some type of sacrifice in order to get the long-term result and end goal. But in the long term, you're going to be a lot happier. So keep that in mind, all right? The next way of thinking that can help you with your decisions real quick, okay? Let me turn my buzzing system off over here. Is that if I die now, all right, I'm not a morbid person, but I do appreciate every moment that I'm given, and I'm here on this earth for, to be able to interact with you in this very moment. But the if I die now approach, and I was going to call it gun to your head, but I can't even put that word down because of the associations that everybody has with it. So if I die now can really wake you up to what it is that you want to accomplish in this one life that you have the privilege to be here, okay? So let's go through the 3 questions. Should I go out with this person? So if you're, most of the time, you're not going to have that much of a, most of the time you're not going to have that much of tension about, prospecting, because you don't really know the person, okay? So you don't really have to get into it so much because it's not that big of a decision, because you could easily say no after the first date or this and that. But let's say you have many different prospects to choose from, and you have three prospects, and out of the 3, you know that you're not sure which one to spend your time with. Well, another concept that we work on in the Find the Right One coaching program, which I love, is that, and I'll give you a little bit of a secret. Are you ready? I named it Find the Right One coaching program because the right one is you. It's not outside of you, okay? So when you actually go ahead and view yourself as that level of confidence, it's actually a privilege to go out with you. Not from like this haughty perspective of, yeah, man, no one deserves me, I'm the best, okay? That's kind of like stupid. It's the approach of, I have myself, my essence is incredible. And I believe that about you, because I believe that about me. It's really important to believe that about yourself. So it's a privilege to go out with you. Now, how does the if I die now help? Well, if I have one day to live and I have these 3 options in front of me, who am I going to want to spend this time with? Boom. That helps you decide real quick. All right. Now, in the prospecting phase, I don't see you using this framework so much, but you will definitely use it in the dating phase. That is for sure. okay? As well as in the relationship phase of should I continue to be with this person. This is a great way of the if I die now, really, really wakes you up, okay? And it totally will wake you up to what the better decision is. So let's talk it through so that you can get this down. Should I continue dating this person? This is this phase right over here. Or should I stay in this relationship? Okay. Should I continue to date this person? And you're hemming and you're hawing. I don't know. Should it be? I don't know. What should I do? And then your mind sends you down the rabbit hole of, okay, well, I went out with someone who was similar like this, and the reason why it didn't work was because of that. And I don't know. Or I went out with him and it did work, and I went out with her and it did. Right? And your mind starts to gobbledygook it. If I die now, will I regret myself? Will I regret being in this, or will I be happy that I made this decision? You can tell real quickly. If your decision is, no, I want this, boom, enough, tell your mind to shut up. But if it's like, no, I really want to see what's out there, because then you have your answer. And then you go back to the Band-Aid approach. Next, move on, move off. Okay? So the if I die now really helps you wake up to reality and helps you see what's important to you in your life and what's not important to you. Now, let's talk about the last phase, which would be in the relationship itself. You've already gone through the dating phase, and now you're in the relationship, and you're wondering, should I stay with this person? Should I continue to be with this person? Again, something that you might want to add to your if I die now thinking is, if I die now, like if I had one day to live and I knew that there was a better option for me tomorrow, would I stay with this relationship or would I look for that better option? If you say, yeah, I totally want to see what else is out there, you have your answer. You have your answer. And again, something that I've talked about endlessly and something that is a major component of the Find the Right One coaching program is that it's not just enough to trust your gut, because everyone knows what their gut's telling them to do or not do. It's having the confidence and strength to act on your gut. So if your gut told you with that decision-making question of if I die tomorrow and I knew that there was someone else I could date with for a day who would be better than whom I'm with now, and the answer is yes, act on it. I like drumming, okay? Act on it and get out. Gotta get out. And if you don't, then the only person to really fault in this situation is you. And that's a good thing, because the only person that can really change you is you, right? So that's the if I die now approach. That can help you with your decision-making skills. And now we're going to talk about the helicopter, which I mentioned briefly at the beginning of this training, but I'm going to really get into it right now. So what happens with your mind when you are single and when you are dating is that your mind will be in overdrive when it comes to judging who you date, and it will be an overdrive of judging yourself. So you're judging others consistently and constantly. Should I stay? Should I not stay? Is this person for me? Is it not for me? Should I continue? I didn't like this. I didn't like that. It's constantly judging. And the other person, and it's judging you. I don't know if I'm acting the way I'm supposed to. I don't know if I need this. I don't know if this is for me. I don't know, okay. A way to help yourself make better dating decisions is to imagine that you are in a helicopter and you are looking down at yourself going through your life in this very moment. So I want you to do this right now. I'm gonna do this right now with you, for myself and yourself. I want you to imagine right now. Go ahead, close your eyes. I'm gonna close my eyes. I want you to imagine that you are in a helicopter right now and you're looking down at yourself watching this video of me, but now you can't really imagine yourself watching it because your eyes are closed and my eyes are closed. But right now we're in a helicopter and we're looking down at us going through this process together. And I am talking to you and you are listening to me. Imagine it just for a second. You're in the helicopter, it's like whirling, and you can look down at yourself at your computer or on your phone, whatever it is that you're doing, and you're holding your phone and you're looking at the screen. But right now your eyes are closed, so you're still holding your phone or you're watching your computer. Ready? Now, open your eyes. Okay, I'm back. Superb. That's the helicopter perspective. You take yourself out of your own mind, and I like to say you kind of have to be out of your mind in order to make good decisions, or out of your mind to be dating. Or it's really, I don't mean out of your mind in the crazy perspective. I mean out of your mind that you're not in your thoughts, and you're in the helicopter and you're looking down and you're saying, what is the right course of action for me in this moment? So by being in that helicopter and looking down at yourself, you can almost decide where the character of you can go. So if you were going to do one thing, you can, again, from the helicopter, look down and say, okay, well, if I take that direction, is that going to bring joy to my life? Is that going to bring suffering? And you can make a decision from that point. So if you are struggling with, should I go out with this person? Should I continue dating this person? Or should I stay in this relationship? Another way to help you make better decisions is when you're making it from a distance and not from within the moment. Because when you're in the moment, you're kind of reacting to things. And I really like the distinction that someone made once between react and respond. So reacting is, you know, almost like you're not thinking it through. You're just like, oh, okay, well. Responding has that word responsibility in it. Like you're being responsible to yourself because you're responding not from a place of, but, oh, okay, I'm taking responsibility for my life. So I hope that this training was helpful to you. And just to summarize, when you are in any of those situations, whether you're prospecting, whether you're dating, or whether you're in the maintenance phase of the relationship, you want to have a healthy mind frame. Okay, and that's exactly what we work on in the Find the Right One coaching program, along with giving you strategies to go out on dates. We also talk about the proper, healthy way to get what you want. So you want to have a few healthy ways to make those decisions so that they bring you outcomes that you're happy with. So whether you are in the prospecting phase, or whether you are in the actual dating, or you're in the relationship phase and you are not sure about something and you want to have a good way to help yourself make decisions, do the short-term, long-term analysis, the if I die now question, and the helicopter perspective. All three of those will definitely help you. They've helped me and they've helped my clients. And if you found this video and this training to be helpful to you, please share it. This is on my public Facebook page, my business page, my relationship coach page. And if you are interested in learning more about the Find the Right One coaching program, which has seen long-lasting, awesome success for my clients, what you can do is you can schedule a free strategy session with me where I can learn about your relationship goals and see if you're a good fit for the program. And we can take it from there. So I'm going to put a link to the schedule underneath this video. And if you have any questions or comments, please reach out to me, and I wish you nothing but the best.